Okay, what I've got going on here is I've got the main pivot pin in the mill, and the first step I did was drill the two cross holes that go into the center hole for greasing the bosses on the steering gear arm. And then what I did was drill a hole through the center where the steering arm is going to go to the left side of the steering arm, and I'm boring that out to size. So what I was going to do here was just show you how I'm taking off 10 thousandths, which is 5 thousandths a side, and then I'm just feeding her down through there. I've got about 38 more thousandths to go here, and there is a grease hole on the inside there. I don't know how well you can see it, but where each end of the grease fitting holes go through. So when the tool gets to that point, you might hear a little something, but our tool bit is holding up pretty good. Still got a good edge on that. And gonna fire the mill up now, and we'll start feeding her down. It's been doing a pretty good job of boring. This is a piece of old hydraulic rod that I used for the material here, and I believe it's 4150 steel, but that little bit of squeaking you hear, a lot of times you get a little bit of chip built up on the very edge of the insert. So, or in this case, it's actually a little piece of silver soldered carbide, but it seems to be cutting real good. You can see the chips coming out from underneath the hole here down there. A little bit of smoke coming from the residual cutting oil I used when I was drilling. But yeah, just a few more passes, and we'll have this hole to size, and I'll get her deburred, and we'll be done. Okay, the feed just shut off. So now what I do is just bring the tool up fast and shut her down. Yeah, you can see a little bit of build up on the edge there, but yeah. So now I'll take a measurement, and we'll see what we got. How I've been measuring this is I bring the part out in the X using the DRO. I can get back to 0, and then I just go in here with a telescoping gauge and take the measurement, measure it with a micrometer. But I can't do that with just one hand, so. Well, here it is. I finally got the hole to size. I got about a little over 2,000, about 2.5 thousandths clearance, and boy, that feels a lot nicer than it did when it was in this wore out pin here. You can see how wore out that hole was, and so I imagine just this pin alone is going to tighten the steering up quite a bit on the 40 Farmall H. But yeah, I think right towards the end I was losing my edge on my carbide, but I can touch that up. And but I think as far as the pin goes, I think we're all done. I just got to deburr the hole. I do have a lot of chips to clean out that are in those two cross holes for the grease, but we'll get that out of there and see what else we got left to do on this front end rework. Trying to get all the slop out. I know I do have to. I am going to be boring the holes. There's a 5/8 diameter pin that goes on each end for the tie rod that ties the two wheels together. I am going to be repairing them, and I'm leaning towards boring those holes out and making completely new pins. They're kind of a simple pin for that, so we'll see how that goes. So thank you for watching.